let's just talk a little bit about the savings investment relationship. So what we have is investment needs to equal savings plus T minus G. So this is the private saving, whereas this is public saving. So just remember that if taxes minus government spending was negative in a given year, then what is happening there is that there's deficit spending. And when there's deficit spending, then that cumulative effect is it would increase the debt. If T minus G is positive in a given year, then you're running a budget surplus in that year, which would lead to your debt is declining. Okay, so let's think about just to think about the thought experiment that if there's an increase in taxes minus government spending, but private savings is fixed, then one way of thinking about it is that increase in public savings would, in this relationship, correspond to what we're seeing as a higher level of investment. But if I was fixed, or if we're at a fixed level of investment temporarily, what we're just thinking through, then what happens if there's an increase in public savings, then that would correspond or be corresponding to a decrease in private savings at the same time. So the reason this is important is we can't necessarily assume that deficit reduction always goes with the increase in investment, because there's three moving parts here. So deficit reduction could go along with a change in private savings, which would mean investment doesn't necessarily need to change. So as one of the examples that we were talking about, an austerity measure in Greece and Italy, that you can try to decrease deficit and decrease the debt, and there can be no change in investment, but a corresponding change in private savings. Okay, so that was just the remaining part of last week's class that we didn't have a chance to talk about.